Hey everyone, Perry Rosenbloom here with SEOsherpas.com. Today I'm going to be walking you through Market Samurai and the exact process I used to find a niche that is profitable, that I will be developing independently and documenting the entire process so you can see exactly what I've done to build a website from scratch and make it profitable, ideally. So start off with, if you've read the article, you'll have seen that one of my passions is flying. So I'm going to be exploring flight schools. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's something I'm really interested in. So with Market Samurai, you start off by typing in the keyword, the main keyword you want to target. It will then create a title and a file for you. Leave the language and region as English and all countries and territories, unless you're going to be targeting a different country and a different language, of course. And obviously adult content do not include unless you are creating a site that is relevant for that. Now we're going to click Create. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is head over to SEO Competition. SEO Competition will pull in a whole slew of great information for you, which you can then analyze to see whether or not the niche is too competitive. So everything that's coming up here, anything that's in green or yellow is awesome. The more greens and yellows you have, the better. The reds are a little, make it a little more competitive. So right now we're going to scroll down. These are the top 16 results in Google. The reason they have 16 is because it's probably a local pack as well. So I'm located in Colorado, so this is some Colorado schools right here. So overall, we're looking at, there's some sites with a lot of backlinks to the domain, which can be pretty competitive. And over down here too, even more. But they don't have it in the title, they don't have it in the description, so there's some on-site SEO work that they haven't done properly, where we can potentially slip in and knock them out. But for the keyword flight schools, it looks a little competitive. So I'm going to expand it out and do a new keyword. And for this keyword, I'm going to do something like pilot training. It's always good to run a few synonyms of what you want to target and to see if any are less competitive than the others. So let's generate the results here in the SEO competition module. Again, greens and yellows are good. Reds are certainly more competitive. Market Samurai is running really quickly right now for me, which is great. Now, let me walk you through what each of these are. This is DA, that stands for domain age. PR is the page rank. IC, that's how many pages are indexed in Bing. RDD is the referring domains that are linking to it. That's about as, here's the backlinks to the page that's being referenced here. Here are the backlinks to the domain that's being referenced here. If it's listed in DMOZ, if it's listed in the Yahoo directory, if it has the keyword in the title, so if it has pilot training in the title, pilot training in the URL, pilot training in the description, and pilot training in a headline tag. So again, a lot of on-page SEO that's been poor here. There are lots of sites with a lot of backlinks to the domain and backlinks to the page, which is making it seem pretty competitive and might steer me away from it. So things aren't looking too good in the flight schools and pilot training sections. There's lots of holes in the on-page SEO, but I'm a little concerned that it might be too competitive to really get a foothold rocking and rolling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new keyword and start exploring another one of my passions, which is snowboarding. So let's do something like snowboard reviews. We'll update it and take a look at this SEO competition, generate some results. Now this is looking so far a lot better. Oh yeah, this is well, it's sort of balanced out here. Lots of backlinks to the domain. There's more competition on the on-site SEO side. The domains are old, the page ranks are low. So it looks like there's some room, but I'm not convinced. I'm going to hop on back over to pilot training and throw in another keyword to see if we can get um, any better traction. So let's do flying lessons. Now, right now, this is looking really good. So even though there's some reds and there's some yellows, over here there's the URLs that are being chosen don't seem very relevant. So IMDb for flying lessons, that's certainly not relevant. Again, no on-page SEO, so there's some room for us to move in with a well-optimized website. But we're going to need a lot of backlinks to be able to compete here. I don't think we're going to need tens of thousands, but I think we're going to need a few hundred to be able to compete. So I'm not convinced that it's all that competitive because a lot of these sites have really terrible on-page SEO. So I think there's some room for us to move in. Now let's go and do some keyword generation and keyword research. If you go back to flight schools, which is the first keyword, and then click on the keyword research module, I like to change the phrase to 2. You're going to need a Google AdWords keyword tool account, which is free. Click Generate Keywords, and Market Samurai will go and pull all of the results from Google AdWords' API for your selected keyword, in this case, flight schools. If we were doing it on pilot training, it would pull all the keywords from pilot training. I'm going to pause the video until this finishes up because it can take some time with Market Samurai. Okay, so Market Samurai has pulled back a whole list of keywords. Now, flight schools might be a little too competitive to target, but here are a whole slew of other keywords that seem really interesting that are probably less competitive and more in the long tail and mid tail. So aerobatic flight schools, air flight training, air flight attendant school, air traffic controller school. If you click on the key, those will open up into new tabs which you can then look into to see how the competition is. So let's continue with our keyword analysis before getting ahead of ourselves here. And what I like to do is I get rid of their filter to no filters. PBR is important to keep at about 10 to 15. That says, so people are looking for, if a keyword comes back with aviation of academy, that's not really a real keyword because people aren't searching for it. So this is just making sure that words are in the right order. SEOT, that's how much traffic a potential daily click will, a potential ranking number, if you're ranking number 1, how much traffic you'll get. Over here is the CPC. Now SEOC is that's how many times the keyword is mentioned across anywhere in any site. That's a little too broad for me. I don't think it's very accurate data. So I like to get rid of that, and instead I'll put in title competition, which is how many times that keyword is mentioned in the title of a page, which means that it's optimized for it, and URL competition, which means how many times the keyword is mentioned in the URL. By having those 2 factors there, you can see some outliers and you can see some interesting data and find some really great gems of keywords. Get rid of SEO value and AdWords value. Those are just formulas that they use to calculate based off of traffic and things like that. So now I'm going to click Analyze Keywords and wait for it to pull back the information for me. And again, this is because Market Samurai runs on Adobe Air. It can take some time. So I'm going to pause the video and come back once it has finished updating. All right, and we're back. Now, here's the information it's pulled back. I'm going to organize this by the traffic. Now, certainly, I'd love to be ranking number 1 for flying school, but there's a lot of competition for that, and it's probably not what I want to be targeting here. I want to be looking for more of the long tail keywords. So, aviation colleges. Only 5,400 websites have it mentioned in the title, and only 500 have it in the URL. So that's a really great keyword there that I'm going to look into and see what the competition's like. It looks like it's pretty empty. Helicopter lessons again. Private pilot or aviation technician, writing about how you become an aviation technician. Flight attendant schools, aviation degree. These are all really great keywords that don't have all that much competition, and there's some really great opportunities to rank well for them. And while the CPC is only in the 50 cents to $3 range, I have some unique ideas. Helicopter flight schools, that's another great one. I have some unique ideas on how I can monetize the traffic in a way that will be very beneficial to me. So I'm going to look at some of these keywords again and view their competition. Air traffic controller school. Let's see how competitive this keyword is. So just to go into how I'm going to be monetizing the site, I'm not going to be using AdSense. I'm going to be setting up a lead gen directory where I can sell the leads to schools. I think that if I choose this, which I think I am based on this data, so backlinks to the domain, that's really competitive, but again, no good, there's no content that's specifically targeting this. Flight school list, they seem to be doing a good job, but their PR is low. There's only one page that has optimized for this well. So I think there's some really great opportunity. Aerobatic flight school, let's see the SEO competition there. Generating the results. All green again, no on-site optimization, but some powerful domains. So I think there's an opportunity here, and I think it's going to be competitive, but I think I'm going to go after it and see if I can make some ripples. It's possible that I'll fail at this because it does look a little more competitive than I would like. Ooh, but aviation colleges, that one looks fantastic. Really easy to get in here, it seems like, but there's a little more on-site SEO being done here. And helicopter flight schools. Let's look at this one real fast. Now, as it was, well, I'll let this finish first. Again, on-site SEO, terrible, powerful domains. So it's an interesting balance, but I think there is room to push in and knock some of these guys out. And so after looking at all this data, I think that's it. Flight schools and flight training is going to be what I'm going to be pursuing on my new website. I hope that you found this tutorial beneficial, and feel free to download a free trial of Market Samurai and start exploring your own niche, and hopefully you can start building a website that will, alongside mine, that will start generating 4 figures in revenue after a year or so. That's my goal here with this one. So again, Perry Rosenbloom, SEOsherpas.com. Thanks for listening.